So my guest is Asha Mohammed, who studied HR in uni, but then decided, I'm not going to go down that route. I'm going to go into the creative field. But I'll let her tell you her story. Welcome to the show, Asha.
Thank you very much for having me, Sharon.
So tell me, how did you wind up in HR? What made you think, I think this is where I ought to be?
I chose HR because I've always had a passion for people.
Okay.
And being around people.
Yeah.
And I was like, what better cause to pursue than managing the people.
Right.
Yes.
And then at some point, then you decided that that's not for you, and you decided to start makeup. Yes. Doing makeup, right? Yes. Can you tell me about that and about that transition?
Okay, I did not stop practicing HR.
Okay. Yeah.
Only that I don't do it in a normal office setup. Because before I started my makeup journey, my makeup artistry journey, I started a group called Glam Life on Facebook. Okay. It's a makeup group where we could share tips. You want to know how to do your eyebrows, you want to know how to do your eyeshadow, you know what colors will work for you, your correct foundation shade.
Was it videos or what was it?
Both videos and pictorials.
Okay.
Yes. So still, I was still managing people just on an online platform.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it like for you being a makeup artist? And I know that the story doesn't end there, but can you tell me about that, being a makeup artist?
It was great. It was really great because I was really so much into it that I never felt like I was working.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was really, and every time there's no routine.
Yeah.
Yes, because you meet different people, different looks. It was just fun for me. Yes.
But then you decide at some point that still that's not what you want to do, and you want to dive into something else.
Yes.
Why is it that you felt that there was a disconnect between, you know, being a makeup artist and what your vision was for yourself?
Okay, for me as a creative, there's a limit to what you can do, or I got to a point where I felt like I had exploited the makeup artist industry, or my journey as an artist to the fullest.
How long had you been doing it?
About 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yes, about 2.5 years. Yeah. And from the platform that I had, the makeup platform that I had, because you've been, it's like a makeup training of some sort. So we had makeup artists coming up each and every day. So
yeah, the market is saturated.
The market,
even with YouTube now,
yes,
everyday girls like me, I could go on YouTube, start doing tutorials, and by all means, I could start being
a makeup artist. Yes,
a makeup artist, because I practice it.
So for me, I kind of like saw that the market had become really saturated, so that you could get people charging as low as 200 bob.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're here, your lowest rate is like 3K.
Yeah.
No, how can you convince someone to pay 3,000 while they can pay 200 bob? So then I decided I'm going to look for something else to do, something I'm very passionate about. So transition from being a makeup artist to being an interior designer. Interior designer.
Yes. What year was that when you decided to focus on interior design?
2017.
Okay. Fully. Tell me about that and the moment that you decided, I'm going to do this. What did you need to have in place for you to be able to jump right into interior design, both feet in? Okay.
I was my first client.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I was my first client.
Yeah.
So when I was a makeup artist, most of the time I would spend a lot of my time in my bedroom. So I got to a point where I was not happy with how the space really looked like. So I decided I'm gonna do something about the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah. So I told my sister we're going to paint. That was my first time painting.
Okay.
We're going to paint. I had a color scheme of what I was going for.
Yeah.
bought some paints, came back, did the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the painting, we painted the furniture, the walls, everything to kind of like work with the color scheme that I was going for.
Right,
yes.
right. And where did you then try and like sharpen your skill? Because obviously, you know, this is something that that requires some kind of background in order for you to come out strong. So I'm curious to know, for anyone who's watching and wants to dive into interior design but doesn't know where to start or how to equip themselves with what they need to, you know, to be able to start, how did you get that?
Personally, I make very good use of YouTube, of Pinterest, of Home House. There are various interior design online apps that you can use to get ideas, not necessarily an inspiration, not necessarily copy pasting.
Yeah.
You can try and see, what did this person do, what did this person do, and what can you do having get that inspiration.
Yeah. So it's been, you know, this would be then your third year. You'd be getting into your third year. If you started 2017 and 2018, so this is now getting into your third year.
Yes.
What has it been like now that you've been doing this full time?
I wish I started earlier.
Really?
Yes. I wish I honestly wish I started earlier.
Yeah.
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 But so it's
everything happens in its own time.
in its own time. Yes.
So what are we ditching in 2018? What are we leaving behind?
Calendars.
Calendars.
Yes.
What? Why?
Because they're so 70s.
But calendars?
You have calendars in your phone. You do not necessarily have to hang it in your living room.
You're right, actually. I don't even know if I've ever hung a calendar up in anywhere, actually. I'm not sure if I've ever had one. Maybe on your desk, right?
Yes, on your desk you
should
should have. Okay.
But hanging up a calendar
in your living room.
Even if it's like a retro calendar.
No.
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 Asha says no calendar. Okay, leave the calendars in the 70s actually, not even 2018.
Yes.
Anything else that's being left behind, or should we move on to what trends are up and coming? How do we make our houses and our homes feel chic but still cozy?
Okay, for me, there's one tip that normally works, and you can transform your house without having to break a bank if you use neutral colors.
Okay.
If you're working with grays and beiges and the neutral color palettes.
Okay.
So with that, you can choose to bring on color without having to break a bank. So you can opt to, if you're working with your walls are neutral, your seats are neutrals, the main furniture are neutrals, and so you can easily throw on some pillow covers, some throw covers with color. Yes.
What about dark walls? And I'm curious, well, first of all, because we actually do have a dark wall right now, but I've been seeing them pop up more and more on I'm a Pinterest board lover. Like I love Pinterest, and I've been seeing a lot more dark walls coming into homes, which at first I found shocking, but the more I see it, the more beautiful and striking it looks.
Yes.
Are there any tips if you want to bring in, a punch into your home with regards to dark walls?
I would say do one wall as your accent wall. Yes.
Yeah.
And then make everything else, the furniture, the rest of the walls a bit lighter, so that you kind of strike a balance. You don't have the dark color being too overwhelming.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But I think it's so interesting, and I would never have imagined. Okay, Asha, I now want to ask you, because I'm sure there's people watching and are afraid to jump right into chasing their dreams. And I want to hear from you. What tips do you have for anyone who's afraid to do it? Because you've not just done it once, you've done it twice. What tips do you have for anyone who's watching who's a little bit hesitant or, just scared to jump into something that they're passionate about?
What I would say is have an exit plan. Yes. So for me, before I left my job as a HR assistant to become a makeup artist, I had been thinking of quitting my job for 3 months. But as you know, makeup is very expensive. So I had to save up, buy myself a proper kit, so I could now transition from being a HR assistant to a makeup artist.
Yeah, yeah.
And same thing as the interior design.
Okay.
I was still a makeup artist while I was still trying to get my grounding as an interior designer. So I didn't just wake up one day and decided I'm quitting my job.
Right.
It took time. It took a while to prepare, so that at least you can land somewhere.
Yeah, right. So don't put all your eggs in one basket
Yes.
and just jump right in. Have an exit strategy. Okay, thank you so much, Asha. We have another guest lined up for you who's about to share their incredible story. So do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment.